Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is a kit review about a model, a lovely model provided by Monogram Models ENC. And I think I wonder if they still print or, yeah, there it was. I grew up with this stuff, so Morton Grove, Illinois. It was the city of the revell, of the monogram, of the original Monogram models. It was lovely because Monogram is a firm that I grew up with, and it was an American company, making mostly American subjects. And in my opinion, many of them remain still today some of the nicest I ever seen. For example, their Phantom, the F4, it have been taken with a perfect shape, so they had incredibly good modelers back in time down there in Illinois. And I grew up with this stuff, and the model of this review is this 1964 Ford Mustang, was the Pony Mustang, the small one. And I'm not so much inside ordinary street cars, but my idea was to take this car because it was the closest thing I found around to try to create the Hoonigan from Ken Block. It was based on a Mustang. Then the difference, and mostly the decal work, is the most complicated stuff that I still could not fix, because all the other difference, the huge difference in the body, can be fixed by me, unless somebody come on the market with an already finished model of the Hoonigan based on the Mustang. The real Hoonigan just resembles the shape of the Mustang, is nothing in common. Also, the body is not made in metal like the original Mustang was, but it was completely made in fiberglass, or carbon fiber. I think mostly fiberglass. This type of models provided by Monogram were exceptional in my opinion, because they were very, very simple, very, very nice to build up, and once completed, they always give up the real feeling of the car. As you can see, nearly all of them feature the motor. In today's model, you never find the motor inside. It's very, very rare that company provide a full detailed motor. Maybe just a revell. It is the continuation of the spirit of Monogram. Monogram don't exist any longer like a real company. She have been absorbed by the American revell, then from the German revell, then it returned to be American, then it went bankrupt, and then finally they are back in business as a German company. They are still around, but this was a model that absolutely deserved to be in any collection, because it is absolutely made in a stunning way. They also had a lovely type of details that, if you are a skilled painter and you know how to add details, I think it was, correct me if I am not wrong, I think it was back in time, Modeler Dungeons, it's an American modeler that made it up, all the model from a Monogram catalog. They provide a final picture of the assembled model that I always dream about. This is of course a reissue, because it's already featuring the logo of the official licensed product from Ford, so with the royalties paid, and anyway, produced by Revell in 2012, because already in 2012 the Monogram, I think it was a long time gone. And the body is absolutely nice. I don't know if it is correctly 124 or 125 scale. There is always a debacle between 24 and 25. They still had the wiper molded in the same position together with the plastic to make it simple. This, of course, in the modern model we can take it away and will be not the problem to remake them in photo etch details. But the body overall is quite detailed, is very, very finely detailed, as you can see. Lovely, lovely part. And the Mustang, the little Mustang, this was the small one. Then Mustang had the big block, the 351, the boss vehicle, the Lenoir from the movies. They were lovely, lovely, lovely models. So the decal sheet and the instruction sheet was in typical style of Monogram. You have everything in a short box. It's different from the ordinary box from Tamiya, Fujimi, Italeri, and so on. So this was really compact, really, really together, placed together. I love this overall look. I took it away, wrapped plastic that contained all the parts, but it was absolutely lovely to open it. As you can see, they also provide you, the car was a convertible one, so if you want, you can also add the roof. This was also very good, because in a way take the shape of the Mustang. They can be converted, if you want to do the Hoonigan version, it can be a base to work over an eventual solid roof. As I say, the real Hoonigan is not a Mustang, is looking like a Mustang, but it is not at all a Mustang under the body. It's just resemble the shape of the early Mustang. Inside you can see there is a hub for the interiors, there is the exhaust, quite well detailed, you know, to be a model that have some years, you know. Many details. It's something that we absolutely miss in modern models, you know. It's, I think, just Revell, when they do American subject, they do very detailed stuff, and they always in this box provided also a quite nicely reproduced engine, you know, there. Okay, in this model that you are currently seeing, you cannot see the motor. The motor in original was a correct Ford 289. That was the basic Ford that was used inside the Ford GT40 MK1. That's why I also took these models, because I knew that they featured the model with the engine inside. So if you want a small block Ford 289 unit V8, you can pick it from this, as I did, to go on and complete. Where did I place it? Up there, the GT40. So inside there is GT40. I'm finishing currently in that model to do the gearbox T44 from Ford, and then I have to make the snake exhaust that from 4 to 4 goes into 2 main exhaust. That is a little bit tricky to finish, but I am on a good way. So the lower suspensions and the differentials. Model is lovely, absolutely well done, and absolutely really resembling a model from back in time. You know, it's lovely, this type of stuff. Chromed parts, of course. I think the same subject have been made also by AMT, but if you can choose between a model made by Monogram, Revell or AMT, in my opinion, it's always better that you choose a Monogram. They are more detailed, they are nicer, they are much better, well done, and you can absolutely have a much better model at the end, you know. And the roof, they always provide some simple but quite working well hinges for the main bonnet that you can also show open it with the detail. It's simple, of course, it's not engraved like model stuff or 3D stuff could it be, but lovely detail from Monogram. You know, it resembles at all the internal part of the steel frame that the bonnet had. And last but not least, very useful, this printed, here you see the real age of the model. So this is a reprint, but the original decal sheet is made by Revell. And I will be not wonder if this is also a cartograph sheet. Yes, because usually Revell used to have cartograph as a company making decal sheets, and as you can see, you have the white line for the wheel, so you don't have the trouble to paint that white line there, that usually is a pain to do it, and very nice double stripe, quite aggressive for this model. Lovely, absolutely lovely. In my opinion, if you like American cars, I love American cars, and you have some ideas, you know. As I said, the proposal of buying this stuff for me was to have a basic body, that one for the Unigan, to build up a Unigan in 24 scale. I was thinking this stuff long before Ken Block died, so I was planning how to do this type of Unigan. Then he made a Unigan based on a Porsche 911. He had several vehicles Unigan, you know, but the Mustang was absolutely eye-catching, and I see that with the proper wheels and the proper decal, it will become really a stunning model. And I was not planning it knowing that he died, you know, the guy died, and we will see about that, because anyway the base is this, can also be finished in a lovely ordinary configuration, maybe something like a client of mine, Steven, made this one some years ago. It turned out like a wonderful model. I think I still have the picture online. He just made it in light blue, the typical light blue with 10 interior, and it turned out like a wonderful model in 124 or whatever it is scale, you know. Absolutely worth it. So if you find models from Monogram, Revell of this age, made the Camaro, they made the Charger, they made several American muscle cars, grab them, because they are absolutely lovely to build and very nice American icons. So in my opinion, they are absolutely highly recommended. That's it. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next.